welcome to another edition of your favorite program, KID-AFAN Salonediscoveries with me, Ibrahim Temukama. Today we did the All People's Congress, we are the main opposition APC party headquarters. Beside the parliamentary committee, they can get a parliamentary press briefing where they will talk on some things that are important for them at the party, and as well within the APC parliamentary and them don't they do na parliament for Sierra Leone, and then we can brief the media houses and as well some of them supporters them within they don't they do so far for CC them the opposition the APC to participate and contribute meaningfully now the well of parliament. Continue with we as we discover this together.
For you this moment that the parliamentary leadership, parliamentary caucus, and the members of parliament here don't put me under instructions that this important press conference will start without having the presence of Dr. Kaloko, Honorable Dr. Kaloko at the high table. So once more welcome to the party office. So today again, we are here, we continue with a press conference so that we will continue foretell the people of the country, foretell the people in the world, foretell we partners them, and foretell even the SMPP of the inadequacies in terms of governance, the lapses, the failures, and decide them when they don't say yes indeed, they're not fit for governance at this country. You know, we are made out of the image and likeness of God, and God says, self-talk, I say, put me in remembrance of my word so that I will make myself manifest. So we get a moral responsibility to the people of this country to remind the people of the failures of this government and to tell the SLPP themselves that you are failing, even though with the help of a proper solution. And it is the first time in the history of Sierra Leone for not get an opposition when they help the city government for proper solution. But being mentally blinded, even when we feed them, they're not able to take it. So with us, I want to make you know say the leadership of the party is here. I want to make you know say the leadership of parliament is here. Very close. We are the public relations officer at Parliament for the opposition, Honorable Dr. Bonfa, accepted and also with me. And the Honorable we are just presents at the high table, Honorable Dr. Kaloko of Makut is here with us. Then after that, we leave at luminary. We bombard the parliament and it accelerates for all leaders. Honorable Daniel Kuruma, Deputy Leader of Opposition today. Then we get the man from Tombolili. We Honorable young boy, fine boy, Aaron, instead there also with me from Tombolili. 91, then nobody know free. And the only man who gets there, so we say they call only the right now, you only get the car because I don't even know how they come out. Then after that, we get the deputy PRO from Parliament with Honorable Alpha Ben Mansari. He's everything also. The only parliamentary who gets Namoyamba district. And the southern region, Honorable Alpha Ben Mansari. The political head is here with us for the party in Parliament. The right, Honorable Abdul Kaku Sahida is here. And this time around, it's not more, much ado, but without much I say. I now hand over the platform and the press conference officially to commence. Members of the fourth estate, I present to you Honorable Dr. Umfa from the East District, where I come from.
Deputy National Publicity Secretary, Comrade Mohamed Kamara. Thank you very much for your gracious and exquisite presentation of all the personalities here today. Of course, Comrade Kamara has made it clear that press conferences on a monthly basis have been the baby of this party and this 6th Parliament. Of course, as a party and as a Parliament, we endeavored to bring Parliament to the people, to bring the message to the people, to address issues of public concern, issues touching on the lives and fabrics of society. Today, witnessing here at the high table, it's a well presentation of the galaxy of leadership of Parliament and the party. And today, we'll be discussing very pertinent issues. Issues in the media landscape and issues touching the lives of everybody that is of great concern. Today, we'll be talking about a matter that has been on the public space for over years, I'll say 2 years now, or even beyond, since the Auditor General was suspended. Today, we'll be talking about issues that touches and will touch the lives of Sierra Leoneans going forward in the next 5 years, which is the Millennium Challenge Cooperation Compact. So today, we as a party and as a Parliament have thought it wise that we present to you the leadership of Parliament to take us through this journey. So indeed, over the lapse of this press conference, issues of your concern, questions that you may have, and questions that you may want to ask will be addressed and asked. And at the end of it all, indeed, we will create a platform for you to air out your questions so they will be addressed by the real messenger.
For what we do as a party, we are functioning, we are together, challenges go always stay. But of course, when you look at the high table, for example, you will see energetic, dynamic, intelligent young people who are ready for move this party forward and for take this country and govern in a way we will benefit every Sierra Leonean.
Today, we all know the tribunal reports they don't only under the well of Parliament. And we, the members of Parliament, according to the Constitution, Section 137, for votes and forget 2/3 majority votes before then they remove the Auditor General. But we say, before we reach that stage, let me make a position very clear. Let the public know the position. Let the world know the position. Of course, because we know say if we get for our Parliament, we may follow everything with keen interest. All the tribunal proceedings we follow, and today we will disclose a lot of documents that I have to honor. Documents of receipts where they present to the auditors, email exchanges where they get from their hotels and a lot more on our note today. But before we reach that, let us just read the opposition as members of the opposition in our Parliament. I will read now. Position paper of the APC Parliamentary Caucus on the tribunal report on the removal of the Auditor General of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Laya Telopias, Mrs. and Deputy Auditor General, Mr. Tamba Momo. Following the suspension of the Auditor General, Laya Theopias, from office on the 11th November 2021, we have followed with keen interest the proceedings of the tribunal. That was set up to investigate her and the Deputy Auditor General, Mr. Tambamumo, for alleged professional misconduct and lack of professional performance. The Parliament of Sierra Leone, through the Office of the Clerk, was accorded reports of the tribunal, which was tabled in the Well of Parliament on Thursday, 29th August 2024. Since the tribunal's report was made public, we have read same, noted provisions of the Constitution of Sierra Leone and the related legislations. We have also received and noted submissions made by international professional bodies, members of the public, and the two auditors that we are investigating. Having done much deliberations on sale, coupled with the wider consultations with both local and international stakeholders, we wish to state the following. 1. That the Auditor General and her deputy were strictly guided by the international standard on auditing, ISA 240, or its public sector equivalent. The international standard of Supreme Audit Institution, ISSAI 2240, which states that an auditor is usually not trained or expected to be an expert in the authentication of documents. However, when an auditor identifies conditions that cause the auditor to believe that the document may not be authentic, or that terms in the document have been modified, not disclosed to the auditor, possible procedures to investigate further includes confirming directly with the third party. This is obviously so because requesting for authorization before third-party inquiry may lead to destruction of evidence in the first place. The allegation for which the Auditor General was investigated relates to third-party confirmation of the authenticity of the document, which is clearly separate and distinct from third-party confirmation of account balance, such as bank, creditor, debitor, debtor, party, debtor account balance. Furthermore, the intent and purpose of the provisions is to detect fraud and/or dishonesty. Requiring consent before, therefore, as a requirement for such confirmation, no doubt defeats the very intent for which it was created. 2. That in paragraph 212 of the tribunal report, the Director General at the Intosai Development Initiative, IDI, made it abundantly clear that he has never come across a requirement that an auditor should seek the consent of an auditee before confirmation can be made from a third party to authenticate a document submitted as audit evidence, and that there is no standard for an auditor to get consent from the third party confirmation. However, contrary to such instructive and expert opinion from highly reputable auditing institution which set standards for global provided for in Section 11, subsection 2A of the Audit Service Act of 2014, as amended, the tribunal in paragraph 229 of its report choose to base its conclusion primarily on testimonies of non-expert witnesses, totally discarding the testimonies of expert witnesses based on international best practice. We view this not only as bias, but a mockery of the principles of fairness and justice. 3. That as an opposition, we believe that if this unprecedented removal of the Auditor General attracts the 2/3 majority in Parliament, it will significantly affect the conduct of credible and independent audit and other accountability processes in Sierra Leone. Owing to the fact that the Audit Service Sierra Leone is perceived by a substantial number of citizens as the only remaining independent accountability agency that has stood the test of time for successive governments, an attempt by government to remove the Auditor General will, without a doubt, serve as a barrier for other auditors or other oversight institutions to conduct their work objectively and independently for fear of being subjected to what is perceived as a politically centered attempt to limit the scope for transparency in the future. 4. That on the alleged failure of the audit service to audit the Freetown City Council, FCC referred in paragraph 248 to 257 of the tribunal report, we are shocked that the tribunal could make conclusions that the Auditor General and her deputy failed to conduct proper audit exercise on FCC for the financial year 2020, even when successive financial statements of the FCC and that of the year in question were audited and expressed an impressive unqualified opinion in full compliance with Section 11, subsection 1 of the Audit Service Act of 2014. See Table 4.3, Council's Opinion 2020 on page 485 and page 493 of the Auditor General's Annual Report of 2020. It is worthy to note that all audits conducted by the Audit Service are scope-based and are limited to public accounts of Sierra Leone. And all public offices, other bodies and organizations established by an Act of Parliament or statutory instrument, and that audit of non-government organizations do not fall under the functions of the Audit Service Sierra Leone, neither under any other legal mandate. 5. Allowing the removal of the Auditor General on this particular issue will certainly defeat the intent and purpose for which His Excellency the President Julius Maada Bio rejected the 2020 finance bill under Section 106, subsection 1 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, Act Number 6 of 1991. This bill provided for unaccountable interest for President, Vice President, and Speaker of Parliament for all overseas travels. The said bill, after perusal, State House, and in the memorandum addressed to the Clerk of Parliament, the Secretary to the President had this to say, and I quote, His Excellency the President has perused the document and has expressed great concern over the open-endedness of the non-accountable interest as provided for in the said act. He is of the view that this is prone to improper use of public funds. End of quote. We therefore strongly believe that we, the opposition in Parliament, will not be a party to any attempt made by whosoever to erode such level of transparency and accountability. 6. Yesterday, Tuesday, 29th October 2024, the Institute of Chartered Accountants in Sierra Leone, AFAN, established by the Institution of Chartered Accountants of Sierra Leone Act of 12 May 1988 to regulate accountancy and professional accountants in Sierra Leone, which both the Auditor General and a deputy are member of, issued a press statement to its members confirming that it has conducted its own investigation into this matter and that there was no evidence of professional misconduct. Instead, it confirmed that the auditors acted in the best interest of the public, upheld professional standards and adherence to international auditing standards and guidelines. 7. In the same vein, the AFAN, but on an international scale, on the 23rd July 2024, the global umbrella body of all auditor generals in the world, the International Organization of Supreme Audit Institution, INTOSAI, who are responsible for regulating their members and developing the ISSAI, confirmed that the Auditor General indeed complied with their standards in the press statement titled INTOSAI General Secretariat and INTOSAI Development Initiative joint position on the removal process of the Auditor General of Sierra Leone. In conclusion, owing to the composition of this 6th Parliament, it is clearly evident that 2/3 majority of all members of Parliament that is needed to vote in favor of the removal of the Auditor General as provided for in subsection 7B of section 137 of our Constitution, of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, cannot be achieved without the support of the opposition. Therefore, in the best interest of accountability and transparency, which the audit service has stood for over the years, we advise that His Excellency the President reconsiders the recommendations in the tribunal report relating to the removal of the Auditor General and her deputy. It is hoped that His Excellency will heed to our advice in the interest of strengthening the tenet of transparency and accountability in our beloved country. This is the end of our presentation.
And the Honorable Thompson, we go against party decision for boycott and governance. We just want to assure the person who asked that question, assure the nation as a whole. Say, we APC MPs at Parliament, we get together, we na one unit. We know say none can we no go vote in favor of the government motion. Because we fight for accountability, we fight against corruption. And before this administration they came into governance 2018, now be the same people that will be applaud the Auditor General. So we don't see no reason why now they for come try for remove them, they say because of professional misconduct. When is this professional misconduct in the first place? We need the government for explain to me what they mean. Because if you say somebody audits you, when the constitution you use for audit you, when in job, that the constitution get that right say, me not see that in the way that professional misconduct. Pass no more the administration want tell we say they're sacred cows. And we don't know say the office of the president are the sacred cow that is government. And we as an opposition, we get against that. And when they go to parliament, anytime when they come with that motion they for vote, we know that we will stop them. The people of Sierra Leone will be behind it because they right thing we do. Thank you very much.
The government, equal representation from the party, and also representation from the third party. We want a similar representation because then they will ensure fairness in the dispensation or in the implementation of the recommendations as contained in the tripartite report. We put it down. And one thing we forgive people in confidence also, that as much as the country and the government wants for me to disburse the funds as it did at the MCC grant, one of the preconditions now that the recommendations as contained in this tripartite report are implemented. And we not go allow for make the implementation wrongly to the disadvantage of the APC and to the disadvantage of the people of this country. We will put your foot down. We don't make that known to the international guarantors. We don't make them known to the local development partners, and we don't also write internationally for make them know say we are not satisfied with the way how they want to implement this tripartite report. So because of the stance we will take, we want to give people the confidence that we not going to move forward to any other elections the same way how we go into the 2023 elections with the teeth now we are. So with this, I'll pass the mic to the National Secretary General for dealing with all the questions and any other issue.
This telling how much importance the party leadership will place on this press conference.
It's sad for make somebody the active man or a city man they go, then you were the active man where city man and you then come for can beat. When I saw them do Lara Taylor Pierce. Insi the thief man and the other the thief man now in the come for can beat. And I'm disappointed. And I'm also consoled that they don't use the judiciary this time. They created tribunal. But I'm disappointed that a very senior judge who don't retire and a sitting judge and a senior lawyer for come out with this kind of report. I'm very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. And you know they do anything and they you not even call the technical people them where they deal with auditing for can testify to the tribunal. Before that, you take only one witness what you call SW1. Now you take and that one there we know say that government witness that one. It's very, very disappointing. And me look and say anybody where they for that team there, that kind of a team there, for that kind of report where they give for status the money that we commodity. Anybody where they for na Santiago Kiat. And the boss were involved na Solomon Smart. So we don't know where they call Santiago Kiat. Santiago Kiat na chief man. So we don't know that name there. Solomon Smart, now the person who thief himself active man, I then call Solomon Smart. So that one then a thief business. And lawyer give a lot of bad reporting where APC then have power. But we not pull up. Because if you not doing job, if somebody not do something, if you do something when not good, they're supposed to call them out. Even if not in the state house or wherever it is. Nobody is a second car when it comes to corruption. And then they say for suggest for make it go for the anti-corruption investigator. That is really disappointing. But coming to resolution 4, the gentleman you asked about resolution 4. And the reason why I say I will answer that question is because new facts and local media and the committee. In fact, we're going to meet him tomorrow for that resolution 4. But before I touch really proper on resolution 4, I want to address the chief minister in audio 34. That in audio 34, where he talks about blah 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 blah, and then because he left for talk like a way kite court. He talks say they don't comply with all things at the agreement. That's not true for now. I want to now for make una put them out say they're not correct. Resolution 1 and resolution 2 don't complete, they don't complete them. Resolution 1, if you remember, now for make the president for being talk, then we serve Samoa talk, then also resolution 2 for then Dr. Samoa Kamara talk. Resolution 3, the tripartite committee, they don't present a report also. We therefore make sure say we implement the important resolution and the recommendations. We therefore implement them. If we don't implement them, as a party, we will not consider it as complete. It is ongoing. The first phase has been completed, which is the submission of the report.
So it be happen inside the APC Parliamentary press briefing where they discuss on plenty things where they don't do as parliamentarians, and as well the media houses get opportunities for ask pertinent questions towards the opposition stance now at the well of parliament and then things that we don't do. Plenty thank you, you take your time, we discover this together, and plenty thank you for camera operator Abubakar Tawali and to executive producer Dr. Aisatuka Kejalo. Till we meet again for other exclusive Salone Discoveries, me and Ibrahim Temu Kamara the report.